and we ain't never got a box again. Well, well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Yeah, you know the deal. We back again. Yo. A round of applause for Jersey's finest. A lot of content creators not worthy, but they minus. They get offended and start singing like the whiners. Talking like they tough, but it's only screaming and whining. My homie JusDueBoxing is the cat you don't come to. Your squad get run through. By the time you come to, you duck food. You suckers talk tough on the internet, revealing all your threats. Now we got you trapped in the net. JusDueBoxing be on this grind, y'all better hustle up. You deadlifted 90 pounds, we doing muscle ups. There's really no comparison. His voice sound like a derringer. Throwing a towel, it's just embarrassing. My dog Just very philosophical and psychological, and he mixed it all with good boxing news. These YouTubers feel like Bishop, I guess they got the juice, but it's lonely at the top to Just to feel like child abuse. Be respectful, he don't wanna talk wild and loose. If you can't relate, you get dismissed like a mild dispute. These weird cats will tell lies, then they hide the truth. Why beyond views? You lose your life when you collide with dude. It's JusDueBoxing. All you cowards quit jocking. Kirk is official with no other options. Yeah, yo. You know the deal. Judah Ben, we in the spot. JusDueBoxing, yeah. And of course, shout out to Mrs. Do, holding the whole family down. Word 'em up, word 'em up.
What's good? What's going on? Salute to the fam. We later than I wanted to be, but we here. We're going to talk a little bit about these fights from yesterday, man. Good night of fights. Good night of fights, man. Salute to everybody in the building. Y'all smash the like button on the way in. We're going to talk a little bit about these post fights. Yeah, no, AB, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you sliding through. Yeah, man, it was a good night of boxing yesterday, man. Good day and good night of boxing, man. The women put on as they always do, man. We had two real good women fights yesterday that delivered. NATASHA Jonas is now a champion. She won an IBF strap yesterday in a good fight. I think she fought some girl named Candy Wyatt. I think that's what you call a stay busy fight because the girl really didn't have much to offer to her last night. And we could see that, and it was just easy win. And this thing got lucky. I say, you know what it is with that, because a lot of people, you know, they saying he got exposed and stuff like that. You know, I disagree with that notion that he got exposed. I mean, I think that's a stretch, right? To say he got exposed, but I'm definitely build on that for sure. I think what happens is you got to blame boxing a little bit, right? Because we don't see these young guys get tested enough, and when we do, and not saying you or me, but people, we have a tendency to overreact. You get what I'm saying? When you see somebody finally get tested the right way, and I think some of that is that we discount the experience. Like we don't factor that in, the experience of a Charles Martin. We just look at him as a guy that we've seen him get knocked out by Ortiz, and you seen Anthony Joshua knock him out. So when you look at him, you like, man, that's not nobody that should test Big Baby, but that's absolutely false. Those are the same reasons why people look at him as a guy that's not that dangerous. That's the same reason why you should look at him as being a potential threat for a young guy like Jared Anderson. But man, definitely we're gonna chop it up on that. But I just wanted to give NATASHA Jonas her just due. She did her thing last night, man. She went out there and she beat Candy Wide. I don't even think she lost a round. She looks sharp, even though you can tell she's getting a bit older. But you can tell she can fight straight up and down. She can fight. It was a good fight for her. Kyle Cooler, what's good, family? How you feeling, bro? Peace and blessings to you, Brody. BN Boxing News, what's good, fam? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you stopping through. And in the main event on that card, Savannah Marshall and FRANCHON Cruz. Of course, I was rolling with FRANCHON Cruz, but I understood the kind of challenge that Savannah Marshall was going to present to her, just being a more technically, fundamentally sound fighter, being a more pure boxer, and out of the two, with power. Both of these ladies came in there with some punching power of their own, right? But I don't like to be too critical, overly critical about performances, right? I don't lose my head about them, but I gotta say, just being honest, like I'm saying the best way I could. I expected more from FRANCHON Cruz. I expected more from her, and why I say that is, I know her game plan, her style is to come in, let the punches fly and fight, wear her opponent down and land as many big shots as she can. You get what I'm saying? But I think that works. I think that style, that approach, I think that works for a certain level, for a certain level of opposition. And I think what I feel like I seen last night, what the problem was, to me, she came in there with no plan B. You get what I'm saying? And when her, the rough stuff, just being rough and physical and trying to be physically imposing, when that didn't work, she didn't have an answer. And credit to Savannah Marshall for, weathering the storm to a certain degree and dealing with the rough stuff, the pressure, because, the fight was a bit sloppy. It was a bit sloppy. B-Dog, what's good with it, fam? I know I'm a little last minute, man. I meant to get here a little early, family, but, the fam, I had to make sure everything was good. But we're going to talk a little bit about these post fights. But, yeah, man, she just didn't have a plan B. And Savannah was able to, weather the storm and fight her back in those spots, in close. You get what I'm saying? And her punch placement it lacked last night. There was no punch placement. There was no, it wasn't calculated pressure. It was just like, man, it was hard to watch a little bit in spots. It was very wild and almost amateurish at times. No disrespect to her. Like, I couldn't believe, like, you can't get into a fight of that magnitude when you fighting for all your belts, and that's the effort that you put forth. And I noticed that I didn't see no Barry Hunter last night. I don't know why. For some reason, I was expecting to see Barry Hunter last night, and we didn't see him. And I don't know who the hell her trainer was, but she wasn't. She was like that. Hey, man, that's one of the worst fights she had, bro. That's one of the worst fights she had. That is one of the worst fights she had, bro. That's one of the worst fights of her career, in my opinion. It was very, it was sloppy. It was wild. She had no plan B. I mean, I think she just thought she was going to go out there. And she was all guts last night, and she really didn't. She used her skill, like, man, very sparingly. Like, that is tough to look at. And again, you can't win fights at the highest level with no plan B a lot of times. And on top of that, when your plan A was as bad as what it was, you get what I'm saying? In terms you wasn't really able to execute, and really you landed some shots, but again, it's about putting your punches together and throwing your punches straight down the middle. And then when she started to have success with the jab, she went away from it and went right back into this brawling and holding, and she was just getting outworked, man. Outlanded. Said Falco lost too. Falco. Who's Falco? Sugar Hill was in her corner. Who, Savannah? I mean, not Savannah. Franchon? Sloppy, good way to describe it, man. It was mad big. Man, bro, she was all over the place. And I'm like, you're undisputed champion. You gotta put them punches together. Like you literally essentially gave yourself no shot to land these shots. You was smothering your own work. At times, I mean, your shots were so wide and wild, and it almost looked like it was the first time you've been at that level or something. Like we walked into the fight, into the arena, and that was our first time watching these two ladies. You would have thought that Savannah Marshall was the undisputed champion fighting for her belts. You get what I'm trying to say? And that, I mean, no disrespect, no slight to her. And again, I think you raised the bar, man. You raised the expectation level. Like you asked for this. You get what I'm saying? If people remember, Edgar Chavez was good with it, bro. Jersey is in the building at all, B-Dog, at all. And if you remember, she called Savannah Marshall out right after her loss against Clarissa Shields. She ain't even get out the ring yet, and she was already calling her out. You get what I'm saying? 88 Sports Talk. What's good, family? How you feeling, bro? She was already calling her out. So you called for that smoke. You went over there where she's from and got that smoke. And I don't know, man. I just do expect it more. I expected her to be a lot more poised, a lot sharper, more patient. I get it that you got the 2-minute rounds and it's only 10 rounds, right? Not even 12. I get that. But you can't be in a rush to get your work done like that, to the point where your technique and fundamentals and everything is suffering and lacking, and you just going in there balls to the wall. You can't do that with a female that's able to box. Like, that's just not gonna cut it. You get what I'm saying? That's not gonna cut it. And it was just tough to watch, man. Ant, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling, bro? Anyone exposed? It was JAHI Roja. What's good with it, man? We gonna get into that too, but I just wanted to make sure I gave the ladies their just due. Like I said, no doubt they still put on. It was a meaningful fight. Franchon had her moment. She landed her shots and spots, but she couldn't put no consistent offense together enough to really establish no control in this fight and really kind of create no separation where you could say that she won this. You know, she really just started getting outboxed down the stretch, and it just didn't look good. She was getting knocked around the ring. And listen, I give it to her for she ain't getting knocked out. I never thought it was going to be a knockout anyway, but, you know, I thought at least the moments where she forced, you know, Savannah to fight her, she would have more success. And I think I was terribly wrong about that. You know what I'm saying? I think I was terribly wrong. Big Tex was good with it, fam. Oh, that's why I forgot. I didn't catch that one. That's why, AB. Appreciate you, fam. AB champion till he lost to. Oh, okay. I didn't catch that one. That's why. I salute to you. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, man. So salute to Savannah Marshall. She stayed the course. She weathered the storms when she needed to. She fought when she needed to, and she boxed when she needed to. I think about midway through the fight, she was just used to all the rough stuff, and I just felt like she just nullified and neutralized much of Franchon's offense, and she reduced her to a couple shots at a time. Like, she just wasn't able to put together no consistent offense where you can say you impressed. Like, and this is tough because at no point in the fight was I impressed with the way, you know what, her best round was the first round. Her best round was the first round. I think she should have done more of that. You know, jabbing. She was catching her with the jab in the first round. She had a good first round, but then she completely went away from that And all she wanted to do was fight. And you can't have your heart on display for the entire fight. You need to have your heart on display when you need it. When the fight gets tough, you don't need to have your heart on display the entire fight because you're making the fight tougher than it has to be. You get what I'm saying? You just simply have to be smarter than that. And I felt like whoever was in her corner just wasn't sharp. She wasn't sharp. She wasn't disciplined. She wasn't poised. You know what I mean? Wasn't crisp. Her work wasn't clean. Like it was very bad. It was like her worst performance. And everybody, maybe she had a very off night, but that was a bad performance. You're not going to keep no titles with a performance like that. Gertz was good with it, fam. Ain't no bigger Jack. Got exposed. He got tested. People. Nah, we gonna get to that for sure, though. She retired at 3 rounds. Marshall took advantage of that. All facts, 88, she did. And again, I noticed I didn't see a Barry Hunter. I just was expecting a Barry Hunter type energy for a fight like this. Somebody that could mentally like get her in check and correct. Like my frustration, y'all, is when I seen her making the mistakes, none of them, they never was corrected. She corrected 0 of her mistakes. She just went out there and continued to make the same mistakes over and over. And if y'all remember, if y'all was listening, if y'all had your TVs up, you could hear Clarissa yelling instruction, which was a good instruction over everybody. Yo, and I didn't see the leadership in the corner that I needed to see to make any in-fight adjustments. She made 0 in-fight adjustments, bro. None. And that's just tough. You think the judge ahead of the draw? I think they was I think that was a mercy card being, for real. I really do. I think that was a mercy card for her. I mean, I think they could, at least when you do that, you can't complain that it was a robbery or nothing. You like at least one had it to draw. You get what I'm saying? Where it just wasn't a straight wipeout, because I felt like her effort was there. Her effort was there, but the effectiveness wasn't there. The efficiency wasn't there, but her effort was. You get what I'm saying? You can never knock FRANCHON for lack of effort ever, but it was a lack of execution, and it was tough to look at because, you know, a lot of her punches strayed. They was wild. They was all over the place. Like I said, it was very amateurish. Like Clarissa would never, bro. Clarissa Shields would never get in a ring and fight like that. No disrespect. And again, I just expected more. I'm a little disappointed because I expected to see her do a lot better with that moment being that big. And I don't think the moment was too big for her. I just think the preparation wasn't there. She was tired way too fast. I think she put herself in a position to spend her gas tank pretty fast with the style that she employed. And it was very ineffective. Those big shots, loading up, swinging, missing all over the place, wild, stumbling over your own feet. Like all those things were very bad in the fight. And you just can't have that in a fight of this magnitude when you got somebody like SAVANNAH Marshall on the other side of you, poised and looking for you to take advantage of your mistakes.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute to my bro being boxing, man. One card was too wide, one card was too close. Right. That's true too. B-Dog. L-Dub Boxing. What's good, family? How you feeling? Chop, what's good with it? Big Bubba get tested, right? Right. We're gonna get to that too, because I'm almost through with this. I just wanted to man, I thought so too, B-Dog. I didn't want to make no excuses, but I thought that was a bit odd, like her decision to sing the national anthem right before a fight. Like, listen, y'all, maybe I'm just reaching or maybe I'm just expecting stuff, but with Barry Hunter in the corner, that doesn't happen. For me, I feel like that does not happen with Barry Hunter in the corner. Why? Because he would have had her focus primarily on the fight. And the fact that she elected, or whoever suggested, or whoever made it seem like that was cool to do, it wasn't, man. It wasn't. Yeah, she did good. She did her thing. She could sing. She got vocals. That girl could blow. But, man, she had the biggest fight of her life in front of her. Why the hell y'all got that girl singing the national anthem, bro? Man, why is she singing the national anthem? For real, for what it's worth, whatever, man. That's a lot. Take a lot of concentration and stuff like that. And it seemed like she was a little nervous at first. Man. I don't like that. I don't like that. And then you've never seen her get tired that fast. So you just look at things. I don't like it. No, it's not a good move. That wasn't smart. Just wasn't smart. Again, man, Barry Hunter is no nonsense type of dude, and that's what she need. You know why? You know why she can't have a coach that's laxed with her skill set and what she bring to the table. Her work is not clean enough, and what I mean, why she can't have she can't have a little laid back coach. She need a no nonsense guy in there. Why I say that, because she needs somebody like a Barry Hunter, that presence to get on her and correct the mistakes from round to round. In between rounds, he gonna be giving her all the right instructions. He gonna be on her ass about doing the wrong things. He not gonna send her out there round after round after round doing the same things. If so, and she not making no changes, you gonna hear that man all night. You get what I'm saying? I just didn't feel like the energy was there, man. Like, no, she came in there with no plan B. Her plan A didn't work, and it continued not to work. And the fight continued to slip away as the rounds went on. Like, she made it competitive in spots. Don't get me wrong, but it kind of slipped away from her in the back five. Like, it got rough. SAVANNAH started placing them shots on her, man. And credit to her for weathering the storm the way she did and getting it done. You know, as far as not being knocked out, but again, I just expected more. I'm a little disappointed with how ineffective and inefficient she was with her work. Like, you can't win at the top level like that. And that's, you know, you wouldn't have only lost to Savannah Marshall that night. It's some fights that you probably had already in your career that you would have lost if you looked like that last night. And she just didn't look good from the start. You know, maybe from the first round, like I said, it was her strongest round to me. And that's just not a good thing, because it's a 10-round fight. So just think about that. You think maybe the movement, the weight too big for Cruz, and that's why it seemed like she wasn't prepared. She expected to be in her first fight against Savannah. Nah, I just think you know, execution was very off, bro. And that's not, bro. I knew it was over. Your boxer or saying 88. All we saying is, bro, focus. The fight is too big. Like, I get it, but that you don't need that all-star moment that way. Like, you better have sung after the fight. You get what I'm saying? Tyson Fury, knowing he can't sing, that man still wait till after the fight to sing for what it's worth. Like, no blowing before no. And you gonna say you locked in on that fight, man, because it's the biggest fight of your career. You ain't got time to sing no damn national anthem. Make them do it. I hope she got paid for that too. Thomas, what's good with the family? How you feeling, bro? Appreciate you stopping through. That just was a bit odd to me. I'm just like, bro, what you want, man? Like, you the biggest fight of your life, you're gonna come in here and sing the national anthem and then go out there and perform like that. And again, it's all love with her, all love to her. I was rooting for her. If she fought her tomorrow, I would root for her again, and unapologetically. But I'm just being very, very honest. Like, she needed more. She needed some correcting. She needed some straightening in that corner. She needed some in-fight adjustments. She needed to be told to be doing things differently, and she was not doing it. She kept coming out round after round doing the same exact thing. And you can't do that. You just can't do that and expect to have success against you got a poised fighter on the other side of you. You got to do better than that. You get me, BN? Come on, man. Like, yo, that's that guy, man. That's that guy. If you don't know nothing else about Barry Hunter, he gonna get damn near pretty much your absolute best out of you, because he gonna demand it. You get what I'm saying? James, what's good with the family? How you feeling? He gonna demand it out of you. So it's like, for her to see her perform that way, it was very subpar. It was disappointing. Like, she had to know that performance, it was lacking. It was lacking. Like, the lack of execution it stunk, man. Like, again, and then when she did decide to settle down a bit and was using the jab in spots, it was working, but she just went right back away from it, especially if she got caught. Laced Out was good with a fan. Jeanette shared biggest boxing moment with a musical performance. Talk to him, Laced Out. Same thing I'm saying, bro. And we love her. Yeah, we rock with Franchon. We still rock with her. I rock with you. Win, lose, or draw. I rock with you more even after a loss, because, you know, I'll level with you even more. You know what I mean? You've been tested. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Get back to it, but don't ever sing again before one of your fights. Like, that's just not a good idea at all. You just, like, we already knew you was a bad woman, and you wore many different hats, but you ain't have to wear all the hats on the same night. Franchon, you ain't have to wear more than one hat on the same night. The only hat you were supposed to wear on fight night is your fighter's hat. That is it. That is it, young lady, queen. That's it. That's all you had to do, man. I know it. I know you very talented in many different areas outside of boxing, but for that night, just for what it was worth, optics alone from the outside looking in, the only hat you needed to wear was your fighter hat. You get what I'm saying? I guess Gold gonna have to beat her ass again, right? Oh, SHADASIA Green, 88. SHADASIA Green gonna have to get that ass. And Clarissa Shields says she'll gladly move out the way and allow the rules to be upheld. So SHADASIA Green gets her opportunity. And the quote says she'll fight the winner out of Green and Marshall. I mean, like encouragement Cruz during the first fight. It seemed like he's doing himself out the fight in terms of activity. I wonder why he's saying this first during this fight. Oh, okay, during this fight. Yeah. Facts. Like she didn't have the proper motivation inside that corner. No disrespect. Like she needed a different kind of motivation to get the light of fire under her and to get something different out of her. And I feel like Barry Hunter is one of those guys that could do it because we've seen him do it before. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm asking for is not something out the realm of possibility. I just don't think she was equipped with the team that was capable of providing the necessary motivation and instruction that she needed within that corner to make any adjustments, because she made very few, if any. Oh, absolutely, 88. Absolutely, man. You know I had SHADASIA on. You know she family for life over this way. So, you know what I mean? She's supposed to be next up, and I just can't wait to see it. I hope she get her opportunity because she deserve it, man. And SAVANNAH, you better go take as many pictures as you can with them belts. I'm telling you now, because when you get in the ring with SHADASIA Green, it's over. Like you can kiss them belts bye, literally. Like you better kiss them, take pictures with them. You better do all of that, because if not, you ain't gonna have them too long. Miss Joe, salute queen. Appreciate you stopping through. How you feeling on this good Sunday? So yeah, man. Overall, man, you know what I mean, good effort. You know what I mean, from Franchon. Like she's never short on effort. You know what I mean. She always gonna go out there and fight her heart out. But again, you just got to be a lot more efficient than that. In the biggest fights of your life, you got to execute a lot more cleaner than that. And I know she gonna go back and watch this fight, and she gonna kick herself in the butt a little bit about some of the things that she's seen, some of the missed opportunities, and just I think doing too much fighting and not enough boxing. And I think it's a such thing of that. You got to have balance depending on who's in front of you. And again, I think that that mentality and that mindset and that level of execution has worked up until this point. And I think she was just truly in there with a better fighter, and it showed. And I think that's what it was. That's all it is. And at the end of the day, she'll be back. She'll be back. She represented at the highest level. She called her out, gave her an opportunity, went over there to give her some smoke, came up short. It's all good. She'll be back, but salute to Savannah Marshall. But SHADASIA Green is up next, man. Pay attention to any division. I mean, I pay attention to anybody that come across me. For me, that's pretty good. You know what I mean? But you know, so again, salute to them ladies. They put on NATASHA Jonas as well, becoming an IBF champion again, grabbing another strap. You get what I'm saying? That's good news for her. That's what's up. Cruz is one-dimensional. Tell me how she fight. Yeah. I would say that to a certain degree, Ant, because that's what I was saying, bro. She ain't have no she essentially had no plan B. And when her plan A didn't work, she didn't have no answers, and she didn't seem like she didn't have a go-to move or anything. Like her ace in the hole was exactly what she was doing. You get what I'm saying? And the fact that she had no plan B, it showed, and she was very limited. And when the plan A didn't work, it continued not to work. She continued to try things much of the same way, but you didn't really see any changes because Savannah Marshall just had an answer for her. You know what I mean? Fate, my boy, what's good with it, bro? How you feel? So again, man, lesson learned for her. She got to get better. She has to get better. Like, you know, You just can't continue to be that wild. Like you got some ladies in there that's really technically fundamentally sound, that's shooting them punches straight down the pipe, which is what was missing, what was lacking from her execution. Like her, you know, her punches was wide. Her punch placement was all over the place. It just was hard to look at. You get what I'm saying? A lot of points. And it was falling on the ground and she looked gassed after about 3. Like, and then you wonder if her singing the national anthem played into it. Patrick Bell was good with it, fam. How you feeling, Pat? Anything good? How you lean back, dodge some punches. So we gonna get to him for sure, man. We gonna get to him, Fake, because I know that's what people want to talk about, and I'm gonna get to. I just wanted to get the ladies. They just do, as we always do, and then we gonna move right on over to this top rank card. That, like I said, it had a lot of prospects on it, and you seen for the most part, for the better part of the card, they shine. You get what I'm saying? The Dart was good with it, fam. But very entertaining for Chad Anderson. Yeah, I feel you. So look, man, this top rank card kicked off yesterday, right? And it started off with JAHI Tucker. Now, if y'all know, I like JAHI Tucker. I know some people say they not high on him, and he, I think somebody mentioned earlier, they feel like he got exposed if anybody did, but I don't think that, yeah. I don't think he got exposed. I think, I'm gonna start with the cons or the negatives, you know what I'm saying? I think JAHI Tucker main problem last night or yesterday was Marshall did her thing. Who still wins? Absolutely. JAHI Tucker was robbed. Absolutely 88. I think so too. And I just wanted to start with the things that I think he did wrong, right? And I think start for starters. You have a man in the corner for a reason. You have trainers and coaches for a reason. I don't think he was listening to his coaches and trainers and his dad as much as he was supposed to. That's my opinion. I think he started off doing some things right and implementing some smart boxing, but I think he had a very active, credible, solid guy in front of him. And whenever he threw, the other guy threw back. You know what I mean? He had a live body in front of him for real. So, whenever he'll get caught, he'll abandon all boxing and just resort to fighting. And in those exchanges, he was allowing his opponent to have opportunities to score on him, and he was taking advantage of those opportunities. So Tucker was making the fight a little tougher than what it had to be based on the way he chose to fight. You get what I'm saying? And had he chose to box the way his dad was telling him and keep his jab and different things, like keep his jab pumping and things like that, then he would have been able to, stay successful. But he did that in spots. He didn't do it with the consistency that he should have to make that fight a much cleaner fight for himself. But still in all, I still think he did more than enough to win that fight. And I think they just took it from him. And, it's a little backstory with him and Top Rank, and how they move sometimes, man. But I think they took it from him. Thrill Hill was good with it, family. He made mistakes, but I felt he pulled the facts, bro. And that's what I'm saying. Like, he's not above mistakes. He's young. And he balanced what was truly missing from his performance. He elected, just like FRANCHON Cruz in her fight, she elected to fight too much when she should have been trying to implement more boxing. And it's the same thing with him. He was fighting too much in spots, and he had a real guy in front of him, a lively guy that was fighting back and was able to counter him with in certain spots that made the fight a good fight. Mike, my bro, man. Appreciate you in that cash app yesterday too, Paul.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute to my bro Mike, man. Salute to Lewis. What's good with the family? How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. Y'all smash the like button for you, bro. We're gonna keep on building, man. We on JAHI Tucker. So like I said, I hate the word robbery, right? But I put robbery with a question mark because I ain't necessarily got to call robbery, right? But I'll phrase it like the judges got that one wrong. I feel like they took that one from him. You get what I'm saying? Maybe they liked what the other guy was doing more or something like that. But it's still in all, like if you really go back and watch that fight, you'll see the mistakes that he made and you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. And maybe you'll have a different assessment, but overall, you'll still understand where I'm coming from. His mistakes were not listening to his dad in his corner. You get what I'm saying? Playing too much into the fight. You get what I'm saying? And wanting to fight more than box, when in this fight it would have served him better to box this guy, because he clearly had some advantages over this guy that he was utilizing, but in spots. And whenever this guy would touch him, he would abandon all boxing and just start fighting. That's the problem. Temperament. You get what I'm saying? Like the same thing that got him a win in his last fight was his temperament and the dog in him, his heart, his willingness to go in there and exchange and fight back and be tough and gut it out. That same thing that got him to win in his last fight is the same mentality and temperament that caused him to lose in this one, in my opinion. Like, you get what I'm saying? That same willingness to engage in moments where you could just stay calm and box. You know what I mean? Just because you get hit don't mean you got to abandon all boxing IQ and go get yours back. You could still stay the course and box smart and get yours off. You get what I'm saying? But he was in a rush to get his back. And I think that was costing him to make mistakes. And he was getting hit more than he needed to be getting hit. That was his biggest issue, temperament and his willingness to engage. Whenever he got hit, instead of staying calm, staying the course and boxing, he'd go trying to fight, trying to get his back. And I think it as a result, you get what I'm saying? I think he was a bit eager. You know what I mean? His eagerness was causing him to get clipped in spots. And that guy was able to, you know what I mean, take advantage. And, you know what I mean? The judges gave him too much credit, in my opinion, for his work. Skywalker Boxing, my bro, was good with it. Oh, the True Spence fan page was good with it, family. On the double duty was good, Brody. How you feeling? So, yeah, I think I don't want to go as far and too extreme and say robbery, right? But I definitely will say 100% they took this one from him. And you know, he could have did better. He got some things that he can definitely work on. He gonna go back. Like, people are saying his feet are trash. Like, come on, stop, man. Yeah, people overreact, and we gotta stop doing it with these young fighters that's still growing. I've seen him in a couple sequences where this dude threw 4 or 5, maybe 6 punch combinations, and Jahi Tucker slipped every last one of them. You can't do that with bad footwork and no defense, bro. You don't get lucky and slip 5, 6 punches in a row on multiple occasions. You don't get lucky and do that. I don't know if people was watching the fight close enough, but I was. Like, so I think, and again, it's just another example of the classic overreaction. And I don't want to be one of them people on overreact and say robbery per se, but the judges got this one wrong. You get what I'm saying? He did a lot of good work in there too. You get what I'm saying? He was doing the fight and initiating too much of the time, and that's what was getting him clipped, instead of remaining poised and patient. And that's his biggest issue as a youngin'. And I said this multiple fights ago, y'all. If anybody ever heard me speak on Jahi Tucker, I always give real fair assessments. I said his biggest issue moving forward is going to be patience and balance. And those two things ring true in this fight. Patience, not being in a rush to get your work done. You get what I'm saying? Not you want to prove yourself, but you don't want to fight your fight looking like that's what you're doing. And when he fights, you can tell that he's out to prove that he that guy. And again, it's okay to have that mentality, but you have to balance that. You have to balance the mentality. You get what I'm saying? Prove it by being smart, listening to the people that got you here, your corner, your coaches, your trainer, understanding what it is to be poised and patience, and understanding the value in patience and poise in a boxing match, and understanding that you don't got to be in a rush to get everything done. And that's what I've seen from Tucker. You get what I'm saying? So with that mentality and executing in that fashion, with that temperament, that put him in a position to be getting hit a lot more than what he needed to be. Ball out mixtape fire. Nah, you're not. Listen, I can't change your mind. You trash. If you could call him trash, but I definitely don't think that's the case. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the typical like overreaction. I think you seen a guy that made some mental mistakes, a young guy that's still learning. You get what I'm saying? You seen him make mistakes early and it cost him. Now I still think they took this fight from him, but say he trash, I think that's a stretch. You get what I'm saying? I think the dude is tremendously talented. You get what I'm saying? I just think, you know, the word that pops out to me too, that refinement, like, you get what I'm saying? He needs more work. He needs more grooming. And again, he need to focus up and listen to his corner. Like, that's very important. Like, I don't understand where these young fighters get off, and that's what all due respect, because I'm going to continue to rock with Jahi Tucker. I rock with him and his pops, but you got to listen to your pops, man. Your pops was getting on your ass. I heard it and I liked it. You know what I'm saying? And again, it's a lesson learned, man. It's not an L if you could learn from it, right? It's just a minor setback. Jahi Tucker ain't make no excuses. He went, took his loss like a real one. But I really think they took that one from him. You get what I'm saying? And again, I know people not used to seeing young guys get hit like that and clipped up. But again, when you keep making the same mistakes over and over, that's what's going to happen. So a hard head make a soft ass. And in this case, he put himself in positions over and over to get hit when he shouldn't have been getting hit. And his opponent, oddly enough, was awarded a lot of credit for his work. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to be smarter than that. You got to know what you're up against. And again, you can tell that he wasn't listening to his pops, because his pops was instructing him and like, nah, don't just tell me. All right. Like, he'll say, yeah, I got you. He's like, no, don't just say it. And you got to go do it. You get what I'm saying? And that's telling me you wasn't listening. And you know what I mean? You fighting too much off bravado with that young boy energy. You get what I'm saying? And again, trying to prove yourself. And it's okay to want to prove yourself as a fighter. That's how you get to where you need to get, proving yourself. But you don't need to execute in a fashion where fans and people can look at your fight and tell that you might be trying too hard. It's a such thing as trying too hard and just not listening. That's a double negative. You was trying too hard, and whenever you got hit, you was trying to get it right back right away instead of putting yourself in a position to get your shot back. You wanted to rush it, and you was in a rush to get your work done. And it cost you, unfortunately. And I still, like I said, I still think they took it from him. But he think he'll do better next time. And it starts with, like, look, we just seen what happened with Boots for not listening to his dad. With Karen, people can say what they want. Oh, he didn't cut the ring off. He didn't listen to his dad. First and foremost, he was not listening to his pops. You think he got that far just because he good by himself? Nah, his dad is a major factor. So it's the same thing with Jahi Tucker. And not listening could put him in that situation. Andrew Gray, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? A1 Hoops on, my bro. What's good with it? At least the casual had a close fight against a guy who's been in there with top tier contenders. Speaking about Jared Anderson, you already know, A1. They do it every time, bro. They're still young. They have mentally, they rely on their athleticism. That is true. I could agree with that wholeheartedly. That's what I was about to get to too. I think that's the only thing I missed from this assessment of Jahi Tucker. I do think, you know, with him being an athlete, very reactive, quick reflexes and things like that, very young, I think he do have a tendency to rely on his natural athleticism a bit too much as well. And I think that can get you in trouble. You get what I'm saying? It's use your athleticism with your fundamentals and things like that. Don't abandon your fundamentals to utilize your athleticism. You know what I'm saying? Condition yourself the other way around to be able to use your athleticism while being fundamentally sound and in check. You get what I'm saying? So I think that it's just a learning fight for him, man. It's unfortunate he had to learn by getting the L in the actual column, but I think he'll learn from this, man. He could come back from it for sure. He'll back. Yeah, facts, bro. Facts. Yeah. And that was his issue too, A1, not sticking to the game plan, not executing what your corner and your pops was telling you to do. And again, that's what ultimately put you in the unfavorable position and kind of gave them somewhat of an argument to be able to take this from you, because dude was competitive throughout the entirety of the fight. You get what I'm saying? But I still think Jahi Tucker was doing more work and the better of the work, but he was giving away a lot. You get what I'm saying? He's just giving away a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, Mr. Kyler, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling, bro? So, again, salute to Jahi Tucker. I'm rocking with you the whole way, bro. Win, lose, or draw, I know you'll be back. You know, you go right back to the lab and you correct some things, man. You get back to winning. But also on this card, we had Dante Benjamin. Dante Benjamin, man, you know, it's not too much to say on him. Definitely not bad, man, because Dante Benjamin went out there and got a first round KO. I said this too with him. If you watch any of Dante Benjamin fights, like, you know, he's a strong kid and he usually gets the knockout, right? But even with him, a thing that I was saying he needed as he continues to develop and grow as well is patience. You get what I'm saying? It's patience and not being in a rush to, like, you know, you don't want to play with your food, but you don't want to try to eat your food too quick. You end up choking, right? So that's what it was with him. And I wanted to see him get to a point in his career where, you know, he'll kind of slow down just a bit, right? Slow down a bit and kind of, you know, take your time, pick your shots, and break your opponent down. Understand it's a boxing match, not amateur ranks, and you got rounds to go. So he took his time and it paid off very, very early, man. He was able to connect early and hurt his guy, knock him down. And like I said, he did blitz his guy for a quick second. But then it's like you know, you seen that eagerness that I was speaking about for a second with Dante Benjamin when he initially got his guy hurt. But then he caught himself and you seen him slow back down, reset, and pick his shots. And then he was still able to get the knockout. You see what I'm saying? So he still had that moment where he showed the inexperience or the fact that he's young and still learning. You seen him be eager. You get what I'm saying? You seen like he battling with that patience and he went for it, and then he caught himself. He slowed down, and then he got back to it, picked his shots, and he got his guy out of there. And then, again, he was very efficient, and it was effective, and he made very short work of his opponent, man. So that's a guy for sure to keep an eye on, Dante Benjamin. A young kid, definitely got some punching power, very aggressive, very aggressive. Yeah, and that's why you seen in 88 when he got him hurt, you seen that young boy energy come out of him. And that's something that he gonna have to, you know, get a hold of as he move forward, like that balance and not doing that. You get what I'm saying? Understanding you're in the pros, like you get a guy hurt, you slow down, you take your time. The same way you took your time to break, find the shots to get him hurt, you do the same thing when he's hurt. You don't just say, he hurt, I'm gonna go balls to the wall. You can't do that because you might let him off the hook. And you've seen that happen. You've seen a couple of seconds of that. And then he caught himself. And I was waiting for it. And that's what I was impressed with. It's like he found it in that moment. He didn't have to wait to the moment to get away from him had to go to the corner and be corrected on that. He corrected it himself. And he was in there and he calmed it down. And then he got back to it. He got the knockout early. He had 75, bro. Yeah, light heavyweight. 21 years old, light heavyweight, man. Look like his future is promising for sure. But salute to Dante Benjamin, man. He definitely he put on a hell of a fight for sure. For sure, damn good fight. Damn good fight. Mentality. Yeah, Benjamin forgot his game plan. Knew he was on top. Got a whole fight. Ignored his trainer. Oh, you talking about Tucker, who was the monster better be looking dude. Oh, you talking about the heavyweight KO? What's good with it, bro? How you feeling? Appreciate you pulling up. William, old school, my brother. What's good with it? You talking about I forget how to say that dude name, Makhmadov or something like that. What was his name? I think that's his name. I think that's what you talking about. The guy, that dude was you talking about the heavyweight dude, yeah. The one that got the knockout, he was tripping, wasn't he? I wasn't impressed. I say this, like a couple of shots he threw that was impressive. Like some of the shots he landed was impressive, but man, he was tripping. Yeah, there you go, Makhmadov. There you go, Makhmadov. Something like that. Him, like he was in a rush. He was a classic example. He was in a rush to get his work done, and he was smothering some of his work too. I didn't like it. But he got the work done. Now I'm talking about William. I'm talking about William. I know you talking about you talking about Benjamin. Nah, for a minute he had that moment. He had a moment like that, and he had a moment when he got his guy hurt that he kind of went forward and was going crazy for a second. And you want to see patience with the young guys in that moment because you could see the development. You get what I'm saying? That'll show growth. When you get your guy hurt, you don't just go balls to the wall and lose your mind. You get what I'm saying? So he did that for a split second, and then he got back to it, and he still got the knockout early. So I like Dante Benjamin, man. He's explosive. He young, he's still learning, obviously, man. He still got some refining to do, some fine-tuning to do. Of course, like very early in the career, and he's somebody to keep an eye on. I like what I seen from Dante Benjamin, man. But as far as that heavyweight though, that KO and Will, that KO mentioned, that Will mentioned, that guy, yeah, man, he looked strong, he looked the part, but the execution was the biggest problem with me. I didn't like the way he got his work done. I like the fact that he got it done and he got it done early, but I didn't like the way he went about getting the work done. Again, it looked like he was in a rush to eat his food. And sometimes, that could backfire. Like, I understand not playing with your food, but then at the same token, I understand not being in a rush too. So, I mean, especially as a heavyweight, you definitely want to see some patience and some poise with a big heavyweight guy. You don't want to see no guy like it's almost like he was bull rushing or something. It was crazy. It was crazy. Somebody say he fought like a drunk uncle or something like that, or whatever they were saying. I'm just like, it was funny, but that other guy, Lee something, I forget they had some strange names last night. D for the win was good with it. 2 Brown was good. Yeah, I was a little later than I wanted to be today. I just popped on. Wanted to talk about these fights from last night, but yeah, that heavyweight, I still got to see more. I seen him get a knockout. I seen him, I think it was an uppercut. I think it was a right uppercut he shot. That was a good shot that he hurt dude with, but again, the execution was poor, but the results was A1, right? The knockout, so early knockout. But again, that's going to be his issue moving forward. And I guess, what was he? Ain't that 15, 16 fights, something like that? So I don't know. I just expect more poise and discipline from the big fella, man. He just bum rushing and throwing shots and smothering his work at times too. So I wasn't impressed with the execution, but definitely keep an eye on him because those are things that he definitely could correct moving forward. So if he is to do those things, he probably could be something. But we're gonna see, because that's the first time I seen him last night. I ain't seen him since then. I never seen him before that point. He was on top of him, bro. He was like smothering him. And it was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy watching it. I'm like, damn. But I was happy at the same time because I wanted the card to continue. I was ready to see the main event. But yeah, he did a damn good job. But another one on the card that had a good fight. Tiger Johnson had a good fight. I felt like he had the most solid opponent, the most live body in front of him, like a guy that just wasn't no runner, walk through, got no guy you was just gonna walk through. And you can tell, Montrell put up enough resistance with Tiger Johnson to let you know that, it wasn't, he was gonna make him figure some things out in there. And I think he performed well. I know people are always a lot of times people assessments fall like, the assessment stop when you don't get a knockout for some people, or that's just where what their assessment is based around, if the fighter got a knockout or not. And I think it's, when you watching boxing, you gotta go deeper than that. And you could tell right from the back, the guy that he was fighting, I think he was fighting a guy 15-1, and not just the record alone. You could just tell the guy, the way he approached the fight, that he wasn't coming to lay down, and he was fighting back. And yeah, he got some shots in of his own, but nothing to worry about. I think it was a pretty clean performance from Tiger Johnson. I don't think he took a lot of crazy, silly shots, and that's what you look for. And I think he performed better, more consistent work than in his last fight, because I think he felt like his last fight was lacking, and I understand what he was saying, but I think he kind of got back to some things in this fight, and he did a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? I think he did a lot better, matter of fact, than his last fight. And like I said, he had a tough guy in there in front of him. He had a few punches and walked. Oh, you talking about that heavyweight? Heavyweights is something different, bro. I just don't know how long he'll last with that bum rushing activity. Like, I wonder will he change that? Because if it keeps working for him, that's the risk he run, right? That's the risk he running, not making the adjustment to his style and getting his ass hurt. Because I could see somebody that could actually fight, catching him with that just, you know, very vulnerable, just charging in and bull rushing like that. But I guess he had the right kind of guy in there in front of him, so it didn't hurt him. He ain't paid for the execution. Anderson needed that Martin fight. And his coaching was saying, watch the fight together and fix the problems. Absolutely, bro. Part of that confusion last night when Anderson went southpaw, he had a clear advantage, and Martin was hesitating to let his hands out. I wonder why he went back orthodox. Right. And sometimes, and that is a good point too with that fight, man. That's a good point. But man, salute to Tiger Johnson. Good win for him as well. Abdullah Mason, another one that made short work of his guy. Like, it's not much. You don't got to spend too much time on those, you know, those fights. What they was. Abdullah Mason looked like a for sure future world champion. He looked dangerous. He looked the part. He continued to get better. His poise, the way he picked his shots, his punch placement, controlling distance and range, seeing things before they happen, having an answer for everything his opponent had for him is crazy. Like that 19-year-old is different, bro. The Mason 5 is serious, bro. The Mason 5 different, but Abdullah is, I think he gonna be probably the best one. I mean, he different. He's explosive. He's smart, fast. I think everything about him it makes him dangerous for anybody to get in the ring with. He really liked that already. Like it's sky's the limit. Like he said last night, or something he said in his post fight that, you know, he don't really have no ceiling. You know what I mean? His ceiling is high, so he know what it is, and I think he exactly on point. This dude is impressive. Power in both hands. I don't know, man. It's just he looking real impressive these days. And I think as he step it up, I think he'll raise his level as well. I think he's one of those fighters that when they do give him a step up, he'll be just fine. Because what I'm seeing from him is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think the dude is headed to be something special. And again, he made short work of the guy he was in there with. And that's probably what you expected from him. But, man, it's just the way he getting it done. It's just like he barely breaking a sweat in there at this point. So I'm ready to see him be put in there with somebody that I know, a name or something, because I just think I see the right things in him, and he really like that. And the only way to, you know what I mean, find out is putting him in there with somebody that can give him some sort of resistance, right? Really test him. So as of right now, so far, so good. That dude is impressive. Ashley's corner was good, Cuzzo. How you feeling? Think Fountain was good with it, man. But yeah, moving on to the main event, because I see people been bringing this up, so we got to talk about it. Jahi needs better conditioning, more footwork, slipping not move his feet, or was taking advantage of that. That's true indeed, bro. True indeed. Defense definitely needs work. Big Dog Willie and the Super Just Do what's up. The Haney selling whoop tickets. Let me see what's the latest on the Haneys. Let me see if I could run this down real quick from a non-hater's perspective. From what I'm hearing, Tank still ducking because he ain't seen the contract from jail. Shakur ducking him. He said he don't want the 25%. If Shakur really think he great, then he'll bet on himself. You see, every time somebody call out Devin Haney, he do this, and they really don't want to fight. So, yeah, in a nutshell, Tank Davis is still ducking, Shakur ducking, and clout chasing. Yeah, not much change, big dog. Not much change. I think I got everything. So yeah, Tank still ducking from jail. Now, never mind the jail. Yeah, ducking from jail is right. He got lawyers. They ain't sent no contract. He don't really want to fight. Shakur never really wanted to fight. He just wanted to clout chase. He ain't gonna want to fight Tank either because he's gonna be scared of him because he's scared of pressure fighters. So he's scared of pressure fighters. He's scared of, Devin Haney. He really don't want to fight him. He's just gonna clout chase him. I think I got everything. I think that's pretty much it.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well, right. well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just do.
And I finally figured it out, big dog. I finally figured out how to deal with it. Just exactly how I'm about to deal with it. And now they made it that I don't even want to talk about it unless they fight. But I'm going to just have fun with it. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to just keep watching Tank cherry pick, as they say. I'm going to keep watching Tank cherry pick. He moved away from Mayweather just to not fight nobody. Shakur, you know, grew up fighting the best fighters in the world just to become a pro and just clout chase. So he ain't nothing but a clout chaser with Jay Prince, and you know the story. So that he just a clout chaser with Jay Prince and Bob Arum, who really ain't gonna let him fight nobody anyway. So yeah, I think that's everything. All these people who are 35, they're not gonna stay. Nope. Top Rank has in-house fights. True indeed. C+ for the Jar. Keep working, kill it. Right. You got a lot of things to work on. But look, I'll say, I don't know, because we're going to talk about that, because that was the next fight anyway, Jared Anderson. Cena, Miss Skywalker, salute to the queen. How you feeling today? Appreciate you stopping through. I think I got it right, child. Did I get everything? I think I got everything, yo. I think so. So from here on out, Shakur's not a real fighter according to the consensus. And Tank ain't either. He just going to cherry pick. You get what I'm saying? Shakur going to clout chase. I think that sounds about right. I think I got it. I think I got it, man. I think I got it. Bill Steen, man, you got to watch what you say, man. Look, I support and salute the LDBC. The whole, you know what I mean? So salute to the LDBC. We don't tear down over here. We build, bro. I mean, you might not like everything somebody do. A person ain't gonna like everything I do or say. Look, people still mad at the video that I played where Shane Mosley is going on. You get what I'm saying? So people still mad at that. So you ain't gonna like everything, but you know, I rock. Salute to the LDBC. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much it, Big Dog Willie. I think I got it right. Jim, my bro, what's going on with it, Jim? How you feeling? Appreciate you stopping through. Coming right in. Salute to my bro Jim and that Cash App, man.
And we ain't never got a box again. Well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
Salute, Jim. Appreciate you, bro. As always, much love and appreciate it. I think Tiger, that dude, have been saying that. I think so too, Ash. Very quick, very fast, very snappy. Good gas tank, good pace. I think he learns well. He's good at making, you know, the subtle improvements to make him a better fighter. And I think we're gonna keep seeing him. We're gonna keep seeing him, more of him. 10K, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? Yeah, keep your head up, Tucker. We still rocking with you. Tiger never struggled to make weight, has fought better competition. And it's funny. Yeah. And again, Ash, if they paying attention, he really getting some good schooling. He getting some good schooling. Tiger Johnson getting some good schooling. So he's just only going to get better. You get what I'm saying? I think a lot of times people be looking for those knockouts. And if they don't see him, then they be overly critical of the performance. But you got to see layers with that kid, man. He can fight, man. He's disciplined. He's smart. Go to the body. He's offensively sound. He's defensively responsible. He's switched on. You can see him thinking in there, man, figuring some stuff out. Man, I like his confidence. I like his energy, man. I like Tiger Johnson right now. I like what I see, man. He just got to keep improving, man, from fight to fight. You know what I mean? Right. True indeed, man. True indeed, you know it. Between the cloud chasing, there still remains some facts in the gray area. Yeah, you already know it. Jay Anderson. My thing is right, A1, when it pertains to cloud chasing, right? I just think it's a classic overuse of a word, just like ducking, right? You to me, you just, when you cloud it up already in your own right, you don't need to attach your name to another fighter. Like, that does nothing for him. So it's like when they say cloud chasing, it's annoying to me, but I just laugh at it now because I get it. But all that's gonna be put to bed when people forced to get in that ring, and I can't wait. I'm gonna just sit back and enjoy the show. That's a good fight. Not ready for the least. Absolutely not. Not ready for the least. But again, salute to Jared Anderson, man. Man, he's a boxing mouthpiece. Yeah, man, he could, bro. He could. Tank Lawyer can hold a contract signing from the jail, so according to the fan. Yeah, I'm telling you, yo, you get what I'm saying? Well, it just don't get no crazier than that. And again, I see it. I see what's going on now. Now I get it. So now that I know like what it is, I know not to put up no resistance to it. I know it just to let people have their thoughts and run rampant. and I'm gonna just keep calling it down the middle over here, and people gonna respect it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't pushing and driving narratives. I ain't trying to make fighters look like less than when a fight don't happen as soon as somebody think it should happen, because that's what people do. So I'm not gonna do that, because I think that's not creative and it's corny. It's no different than what it's like old media 2.0. If you driving narratives for your favorite fighter because you in cahoots or whatever it is, it's like old media 2.0. I don't care what you say. Driving narratives is what's wrong with the sport anyway. False narratives, let me be clear. You know what I'm saying? Trying to downplay the credibility of every fighter to make one look superior to the rest. And talk, man, you talk about it, man. That's what people do. You know what I'm saying? So with me, it's never personal. I'm gonna keep bigging up boxing, giving people they just do, and waiting for some of some of the best fights to be made, man. I got faith that any of these meaningful fights could be made the way they've made some of these big fights now, man. At least aren't going to be there much longer, right? All things change hands, but the thing is, you can force action. So if people really want it, if they say so, and you know what, right? When you say that too, A1, because I hear people say that, right? And I'll say this to that. I agree with that, right? I agree with the forcing of it, right? I agree. I'm gonna say I agree with it, because I'm not a back and forth type of dude, right? But I feel like that's just one way, right? That's one way to get it done. He could do that, right? Right? Because and I'm leveling with you, right? So just follow me. He could do that, right? But couldn't they also all go sit down together, as the young boys suggested before, when they was on the line with each other? Won't they all go sit down with the man that can make the fight and see if we can make the fight? Once I heard that, to me, through all of the things that's been said, all of the possible options, and this is just to me because everybody sees it different, that to me is by far the most logical way to move with that situation. I think that's the proper procedure. You get what I'm saying? I think if you're saying you want something and I'm saying I want something, or y'all saying y'all want something, I'm saying I want something, and we both got dealings with the guy in the middle, why don't we all go to that guy in the middle and sit down and get this squared away? And when you tell me, nah, that's a dumb idea and you don't want to do that, you're telling me directly you don't want it. You don't want it. And just think about this, right? If I got to force it just to see if you want it, why do I even got to do that? If you really want it, it should be yes on your end and yes on my end. Simple, right? It's crazy to me. It's not like that for them. Boxing matchups, D-Free, what's good with it, bro? So I'm just trying to stay within logic and something that makes sense, right? So yeah, you could force it, right? But just listen to the word force. If you want something and I want something, it shouldn't have to be forced. It should be a mutual agreement. We should be able to sit down at the table together, because that's what we're going to have to do anyway to make the fight right. There shouldn't be no technicality where I got to go force somebody's hand for them to fight. You get what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you telling on yourself right there. The fact that you trying to get me to call your bluff is reason enough to believe you truly don't want it. Because why are we playing the games when I simply suggested let's cut out the tweeting, the back and forth? We don't even got to go back and forth on this panel. We can go to this man right here that we both did business with, doing business with, that I'm signed to, that you signed to. We can both go sit down with that man and hash this out. I ain't never hear a reasonable like explanation as to why that can't happen, when that is pretty much what's going to happen anyway. You get what I'm saying? The team's going to get involved. People going to have to mutually agree. So cut out all the confusing the fans and the back and forth and, pushing of the narratives. Let's go to the man that can make the fight happen single-handedly, and let's get the business squared away. Why can't we do that? You get what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, you don't want to fight. And again, I'm so fair with it, even though boxing ain't fair. I'm not going to say you don't want to fight because you're scared. It's just not in your plans. And that's cool. That you'll see him later on. You'll see him in another division or something. You get what I'm saying? I made my peace with it mentally. I know what's going on. That's what's going to happen. So everything up until here for me, I'm going to still enjoy it, but I'm not going to take none of it personal like the rest of these dudes. But I know the business of boxing, I don't think presenting that fight the way I would want it to, so we could see it. You get what I'm saying? I don't think neither of these dudes are scared of each other. like people would push. I don't think nobody's scared, and I don't think nobody clout chasing either. That's logical. You think you should work in this world, right? Unfortunately, nowadays, you get what I'm saying, bro. And I'm so reasonable with this. Like, even what you saying, like, yo, he could force it and call. I'm telling you, a person that's trying to argue gonna be like, nah, why should he? I'm telling you, yeah, he could do that. But I'm gonna also say, but just listen to why should he have to go to that way? But that is still one option, and yeah, he could do it. I ain't gonna say nah, he can't do it. Yeah, he could do it. But again, I hear like I just hear we got other plans. And I don't want to make that to me because I don't drive narratives. Having other plans don't mean you ducking somebody or scared. That just mean that guy ain't in your plans. People make everything out to be a duck. You change your mind. He ducking. No, man. You allowed to change your mind. You're allowed to have plans. Plans allowed to change just like they do in real life. It's no different in boxing, bro. So I just hate for people to drive the narratives like somebody's ducking. It's more complex than just somebody's ducking. You know what, the business ain't being worked out. And part of the reason the business ain't being worked out because people ain't putting the necessary effort in the right areas to get the business squared away. They want to sit on social media and have their fans argue at people and tell everybody they suckers for rocking with one fighter or another if they don't rock with it. The one they rock with is weird. Or this guy's a sucker, that guy's a sucker, but this one's a king. It's weird. It's weird to me. So I'm like, man, I see what's going on. I'm gonna just enjoy the boxing as it come, and I can't wait to see them dudes get in the ring finally. Cause I know what I'm gonna see. I'm almost for sure. I can't wait to see it, and I'm just gonna sit back and enjoy the show, man. Damn, Trading Giant Fish Grease, what's good with it, family? How you feeling? Yeah, you see how far Clarissa is the GOAT. You know what I mean? Shop him at this point, right? I'll go to division to say that. No, yeah. He did, and rightfully so. He grew up out of there, bro. I don't see, after seeing how he's chilling and he comfortable, I don't see no reason to force yourself back down to that weight unless you're making an extremely big bag. And I would say that's Tank Davis, unless you truly want to fight Shakur. Other than that, you go to 140, or I think it makes sense for your career and your health. You get what I'm saying? Because I ain't a selfish guy. I ain't a guy that's secretly rooting for him to lose. I just feel like when he fights certain guys, that those are going to be the best fights and the toughest ones. I mean, but we going to see. Cruz meets SAVANNAH Marshall. fight like she was swimming, cuz she was fighting like she was swimming last night. It was hard to watch. Right, bro. I respect EJ and Bud, YouTube Street. Yeah, facts, Dank, like Pete, for prime example. Let me bring this back up, right? Man down though, right? Let me bring this back up. I just made this video, right? And salute to my bro Ricky Williams, man. Ricky Williams has sent me a video, you know, for me to peep at, take a look at. And in that video, Shane Mosley was getting interviewed by Marco Boxing. Salute to Marco Boxing. And he asked him about the Earl Spence Terrence Crawford situation, right? Let me I gotta just break this down because it don't make no sense how simple-minded people are, right? So in this clip, I heard Shane Mosley say, well, I already heard that, you know, he damaged Terrence Crawford in sparring before. You know what I mean? From what I heard. Key words, he's saying from what he heard. He damaged them in sparring. So he went in and give his breakdown, yada, yada, yada. So I gave my assessment on it, man. When I tell you, people automatically from that video, just because it doesn't favor Terrence Crawford, like I guess if Shane Mosley would have said, I already heard that Terrence Crawford damaged Earl in sparring, then those people complaining wouldn't have been complaining. So I'm automatically deemed a Spence fan because I made the video. People can watch a video and look at it like, damn, the content creator came across something that he felt like people needed to hear, so he shared. Nah, that sense of logic goes out the window. The only reason I made this video is to make Terrence Crawford look bad. And that's how people take it. It's like, it's weird. Do you believe Shane Mosley? Oh, they never sparred before. They never did this. They never did that. It's just like, yo, y'all missed the whole point and y'all didn't hear my assessment. Y'all clearly stopped as soon as you heard he damaged Crawford and sparring. You stopped the video, didn't listen to the assessment. You took it personal. You got into your feelings. Then you start like acting like a little hoe in my comments. It's weird, y'all. I've never seen nothing like this before. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna start asking everybody when they want to argue, how old are you first? Like that's how serious it is to me. I really think it'd be kids that be coming across the videos They have such a low level way of thinking. Like it's sad, bro. Yeah, I'm telling you, they was like, I got accused of clickbaiting. Clickbaiting. Do you know I took that personal? I snapped on a couple people. I ain't gonna lie. Like clickbaiting, bro. I ain't never did it one time. And when you play a clip directly out somebody's mouth, they still like, that's cat. That's cat. Bro, he said he heard it. Then they say it's gossip. It's like this. You can't have no conversations at all around nothing. But you see how many people obviously had an interest in the clip because you clicked it and watched it, you dummy. So you obviously here for a reason. So instead of, complaining about the content, won't you actually get something out of it? Because you spent your time to listen to it. Won't you actually get out of it what I'm intending for you to get out of it? If you hear the assessment and how even and fair and down the middle my assessment is on if they even spar, and that's not even a big deal because whether or not they sparred is irrelevant because we got the real fight on the 29th. I wish all those people that was complaining would be in this live stream so they could get some straightening because these people are weird, man. Weird. You can't make this up. If I'm pretty sure if it said Bud heard Spence and sparring, then you'd have had other people mad thinking I was dissing Spence. It's not a diss to Bud Crawford, you weird people. It's something he said he heard, which is what he put out about the sparring is something that I heard at least 3 times before Shane Mosley even uttered them words. And then when I heard him say it, I said, it's time to talk about it now. Dr. Mark Falls and Metallic, how you feeling, OG? Kello, what's good, my bro? How you feeling? Mega Red, what's good with it, family? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, it's a clip of Mosley saying it, and they just still saying it's just cap. You're capping. He's lying. He's punch drunk. He'll probably remember where he's at. I say, yo, listen closely. He said he heard it. From what he heard, somebody told him this. Like he's sharing what he heard. Then you turning what he heard into gossip. It's boxing circles. Boxing circles are small. They're not big, bro. He heard this from somebody. He ain't the only. Then salute to the people that was in the comments saying they heard Earl's pops speak about this years ago. He hinted at it. Salute to them people that actually pay attention to boxing enough to know that your feelings don't belong in these conversations, man. Salty. Just, oh my God, I can't believe you put this. You're clickbaiting. I say, yo, what? I play it. This is why when I make a video, I play a clip audio. I play it right from somebody's mouth so you can hear what they said. Nah, they not logical at all. You got a bunch of people just whining. Like, oh, well, get your car crash stories together and it doesn't matter. He's going to lose. And Spence got as much chance as this. Is like, damn, yeah, why y'all all mad? This is, y'all imagine if he lose, how y'all going to feel for real? Earl Spence fans ain't gonna be on watch, you know what I mean? On watch if he lose. Like y'all, them Bud Crawford diehards, they gonna be on watch, man. You gonna have to watch. You gonna have to check on them, yo. Bud Crawford lose July 29th. Check on your man, yo. I don't know who your man is, but check on him. I'm telling you, because they might do something to somebody if he lose. Yeah. And some of the people was getting in there saying that too, cuzzo. Bet that is the best kept secret, and I'm like. Nobody has an open mind whenever a video they feel like doesn't favor the fighter that they're emotionally attached to. All logic and reason go out the window because their emotions override everything. They override everything. Logic, reason. Oh, he didn't just share the information with us. They ain't gonna look at it. No, he's clickbaiting us, not sharing the information with us so we can get something out of it. And you can make what you want out of the information, but don't be mad at it. You get what I'm saying? Why did you make this video? You shouldn't have made it. Shit, I got about 23,000 views that said I should have made it. Goofy. And man, just know, making that video, if I had to do it over, I would do it 10 times over, bro. Matter of fact, I hope my next 10 broke down videos do them numbers. As a matter of fact, all titles are meant for you to click on it. You're right. You get what I'm saying? And I'm straight to the point. I don't never confuse you. I don't make creative titles that make you click it. Then it's something different. My title is exactly what it's going to be in the video. It's 100%. So bad, Akello. I made a video with Tio in it. And I had the old clip with Tio and Tank sparring when they was young. Do you know it got somebody in my comment telling me that's not Tank Davis in the video? I'm lying to people. Like, you can't make this stuff up. You can't. They're like, it's not Tank Davis in the video. The lies you telling to these people, like, well, who is it then? It's like, yo, what? Yo, well, y'all people, some of y'all, you can't win, man. Man, right. I could have went in after the audio. Facts, Ash. And then my assessment is so fair. That's why I was saying to some people, so you really didn't listen to the Alberto Salute fan. Appreciate you pulling. I say you really didn't listen to the video. Now I could tell. It's gonna be, I'm telling you that, yeah, they're gonna be on watch. They're gonna be on watch for OG. I IQ like no other, but bro, it's stand with no limit. For me, 50-50. Right, Albert. Right, bro. And again, that's why I know people have a short attention span. And then you want to know what? You want to know how I know that people didn't listen to my assessment? They just listened to the first part and just enough of what Shane Mosley said, because my analytics tell me how long the average person watched the video. And I know you didn't watch the video to listen to how even my assessment was after I heard that. See, people just don't get it because they think everybody is trying to drive a narrative. Nah, bro, it's content. You put yourself in my shoes. If you come across a fighter, a Hall of Famer, I don't care how punch drunk you think he is, validating a story that you heard several times that's not out there, that everybody ain't make 1,000 videos about, why wouldn't I make it? It need to be out there. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's content, it's entertainment. But people ruin the entertainment all the time because they feel their emotions in every situation where it do not belong. Boxing was not meant to make you mad. You get what I'm saying? You're supposed to enjoy it. It's entertainment. You get what I'm saying? If the fact that you can't watch boxing without being emotional to the point where you can't respond logically to videos, you don't need to watch it. Boxing is not for you, bro. Not this channel, because it's for grown men and women, yo. You could disagree all you want in the comments, but to think, make what you want and make it out to be a narrative where there is none is weird, man. When you play it right from the horse's mouth, you can't argue that. Got 27 days left. This EJ and Bud fanboy cry. I can't wait to see this fight. This gonna reset the energy, big dog.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
right.
well. I already been getting these bets, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
I had to talk about that a little bit because so many people be mad, and I just like, I don't think they really pay attention to the content. They think everybody want to argue. No, everybody's not arguing on YouTube, bro. Trust me, it's some people up here that like their peace of mind. I'm one of them. You know what I mean? I make fair content with no narratives that drive. Again, if you favoring one fighter or the other, that's not pushing a narrative. You just picking who you think gonna win, and there's nothing wrong with that. You get what I'm saying? Is you nah, Kello, we gonna get to him. We ain't really get to it. I just had pit stopped at that Bud video. I mean that Spence situation because people's acting weird. Appreciate you, Albert. Much love and appreciation, bro. Salute the big dog Willie too, man. Yes, man. I can't wait till the fight. I feel like the energy gonna reset. Win, lose, or draw. Everybody need to see this fight so you could just shut up. Whether it's for you to shut up because you right or shut up because you wrong. But either way, you just need to shut up after this fight. Shut up. I'm getting that put on the shirt. Just shut up. After July 29th, just shut up. I don't care if it's a fish fry or a crawfish boil. When it is over, just shut up, yo. Don't even talk. Don't after we discuss it, just shut up. Like I don't care if you was right. I don't care if you was wrong. Just enjoy the fight, bro. People in there like, get your car crash stories together. Like, what car crash stories? Why y'all still making fun out of somebody almost losing their life? Is like the most tasteless thing I see in boxing. What's funny about that? Get your car crash stories together. Like, what? Where'd that come from? Be mad at Shane Mosley, bro. In response, Jared has a bad or hard night. Franklin still. Jared is a great prospect, devastating power. Right. Facts. And Mr. Crick, he is. I try so much that they don't see in front of them the truth only in for them. Yeah, right. We got when that fight comes. Yeah, facts. I can't wait. And you get what I'm saying. You're gonna talk it, but you see, Carlo, you're a real one though. You know how to respect logic and reason, man. People just, they like get your car crash stories together. Like, damn, yo, how does the success of Earl Spence make y'all so like triggered to the point where y'all always going personal with him? I can't understand that. I can't. Us people that are picking Spence to win are not just Spence fans. We boxing fans, bro. We just think this might be a fight Bud lose. That's it. You don't hate Bud. You don't dislike. I'm going to always say that because people just don't get it, bro. But right, they don't got no morals, bro. Just say anything. I'm like, damn, Bud ain't even going that way with him. Bud ain't making it personal. It's business with Bud. Like, why are y'all making it personal? It's like weird as hell. Yeah, get your car crash stories. Yeah, Earl's probably drinking now. Like, I was like, yo, what? All right, yo. All right, bet. But yeah, man, let's talk about Big Baby, man. Salute to everybody that did tune into that video, though, man. It did some good things, man. Maybe I think a lot of people enjoyed it, though, for the better part. Of course, you can't please everybody, but I think for the better part, most people did enjoy it. But man, let's get to Jared Anderson for real, man. Nah, facts, Kello, you facts. And they make it more personal than boxing already is, right? Because I say ain't nothing more personal than getting in the ring and punching somebody and them punching you back. That's as personal as boxing should be, right? But people make it way more than that. So, but yeah, man, I realize I can't have a difference of opinion with some argue. Yeah, you see a difference of opinion is always welcome over here, big dog, because I understand how to leave room for the conversation. Like whenever I talk about something, I know I gotta leave room for the conversation, meaning I gotta understand people gonna have something different to add to it that's gonna be different than what I think. So I'm always open for that, and I understand that's how a conversation go. You know what I mean? You allow people to have a difference of opinion, but I'm gonna always say this because I just don't hear nobody push this point home. Understanding that you don't have to disagree with somebody, like you can hear somebody say something that you 1,000,000% just have a totally different perspective on. And you just that small not saying I disagree will change the whole conversation. I bet you anything. You hear somebody sit there and break something down to you and you tell them, yo, I feel you, but look, this is what I think. That'll change. That is a much big difference. Yo, look, this will check it. This is what I think. I feel you. I hear you. This is what I think. I guarantee you that changes the whole tempo of the conversation. The minute you say disagree, that's a trigger word. I'm telling you, I watched for years people do this. Trigger word. So disagree is like now that person has to find a way to reiterate that same point to try to find a way to make you agree with them. And then you on the other side going to do the same thing to him. It's crazy. So I value difference of opinion over here, bro. You know what I mean? Right. If you know what I mean? Yeah, you right. That's a fact. That's a fact. That is a fact. That is a fact. He said that's what's annoying. They argue and then be like, Tim is mad. Sal Charlo doing this thing. Yeah, they try to make it seem like he ducking them. But that's true though, man. But I rock with the difference of opinion, man. You just gotta let people speak their piece. Like again, it's much easier to just let somebody speak their piece, speak yours, and then it's just like you move past it. But I think in a lot of conversation, man, a lot of people simple enough just got egos that they can't not be the man in the conversation. So if everybody's not on par or on board with what they think, then they got to try to make everybody see it their way. So it's like, that's why I tell you, I don't got no ego with content. We just cook and get in and get out, man. Man, I'm telling you, yeah, they just invested in emotional vested interest in Kello. But man, let's get to man, Tim versus Lubin. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. But Dan just puncher, man. But I like what I seen with Lubin his last time out. I do. He said on your own pal. Like I'll take your advice. Yeah, right. Trust me, big dog. It'll save you a peace of mind, bro. Because people are triggered by the word I disagree. I've seen it in the chat with typing. I've heard it on panel to panel. I've heard a person tell a person that it'd be 5-6 people up there, right? One person disagree with one. Now instead of the conversation between 6, it's between them 2 people. Then those 2 people be so hell bent on proving their points, they don't even know they're arguing. They saying the same shit, but going about it, getting to the same destination, a different route. It's the craziest thing I ever seen, all because somebody disagree. And I tell you, whenever you just be like, yeah, I hear you on that, and just pass the buck, people don't have a tendency to try to argue you down. But once you say disagree, trigger, it's like, what? Disagree? What do you mean? It's like, hey, then it's over after that. The Devin Trotter. I think so, Kello. And I hate all of that situation too right now, because now I got to see the more duck videos. Now I got to, first it was clout chasing. Now he ducking. I don't know which one is he, clout chasing and ducking. I don't think both could be true. Like you can't be doing both, man. But let the consensus, not even the consensus, let the certain group of people tell you, Dame, what's good with it, fam? They're going to tell you he ducking and he clout chasing at the same time. Seeing the unseen boxer. What's good with it, family? How you feeling? Right. I'm telling you, right. I'm telling you, big dog. I'm telling you, I ain't get this much great not having no wisdom, man. That's something that I think I could influence anybody to have a conversation that way. You will save yourself. And it's not trying to avoid all right, some people don't mind the smoke. Like you want the smoke, they're gonna give it to you. But for the people that like that don't necessarily not avoiding the smoke, but do you think about protecting the peace of mind? You know what I'm saying? Then take that approach. I guarantee you'll find yourself in way less arguments. And I just put it to the test by asking one single question. How many times have somebody heard me argue with somebody on YouTube or anywhere? It's only one person I can say they caught me arguing with somebody. They caught me one time, once. And that was more disrespect. That wasn't even like boxing arguing. It was like I had to check somebody. But other than that, you've never seen me argue with somebody about their opinion, ever. Ever, no matter how different it is, because that's not how you have a conversation. Conversation is not had whether or not for me to agree with you. It's for me to understand you, and as long as you understand me, I don't care if you agree. Respect and understanding is what I'm aiming when I have a conversation. Respect and understanding. I don't care if you agree. I don't want you to agree. If you just so happen to agree with me, cool, but as long as you respect and understand me, I don't give a damn about nothing else at all when it comes to a conversation. Those two things are a must for me. If I got respect and understanding, we can have any conversation in the world. Any conversation in the world. All talking doesn't help. Yeah, right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Out talking. Right. Right. Nah, it don't. It don't. It just make it worse. It make it worse. That's why you always gotta, you know what I mean? Agree to disagree. The point of that, but you know what? I'm trying to tell you, people even like people would agree to they'll say it, but just think about it, right? Even when you hear, well, we're gonna have to just agree to disagree, right? When people usually say it, it's after mad arguing that took place. Just think about it. If we gonna have to just agree to disagree, why we couldn't have said that from the rip? Why we been arguing for the last 15, 20 minutes? If we really understood what agreeing to disagree is, and we valued that, why the hell did we just argue for 20 minutes straight? I swear. They'll say it, you're in Zoom, you'll hear somebody say that after the fact. They've been arguing for 20 minutes straight. They'll be like, yeah, we just gonna have to agree to disagree. Like, bruh, you could have saved yourself a headache, that migraine, that little white stuff at the corner of your mouth that done built up because you've been arguing and screaming for 20 minutes. You could have been did that. I'm telling you. He said he can't hear it either. Anyway, yeah. That's why I give out a certain energy to y'all, because y'all, I want everybody in here to be able to hear it and understand it and not have a headache when you leave here. Get what I'm saying? In sport, yeah. Right. Put a little money on it and make it even more fun, bro. Make it look, I love this boxing, bro. Talk to him, Zoom. He lullabying people. He lullabying, yo. I'm telling you, they're like, we just gonna have to agree to disagree. After 20 minutes straight of arguing, bro. If you don't shut up, bro, now I'm stressing. I'm hot back here. The vein in the side of my neck is protruding, and you want to chill, bro. Now you want to call it off. After my vocal cords done stressed out, you know what I'm saying? You got me arguing with your ass. I'm telling you, I know the peaceful approach. I've argued a lot in my life, yo, and I just refuse to do it up here. That's all. For me, that's why. But I feel like, yeah, I said this before, like, and I mean this, and I ain't just trying to like, blow no smoke or nothing. I think one of the best things that could have happened to YouTube, and I really mean this humbly, y'all. I think one of the best things that happened to like the YouTube boxing community in terms of seeing all of that arguing, I think one of the single-handedly biggest answers to that problem has been KO debate series, yo. I really do. I really think single-handedly, that's like I still feel like you never gonna get rid of all of it, right? Because you can't, because some people will never be willing to do it, right? But I think that is one of the single-handedly best answers to all the arguing that people do. And I think you actually got to see some different people's insight because of it. So I think that's had a very positive impact on how certain people talk boxing. Like, because there's no way you can sit up in a debate and if you really get something out of it, especially if you actually participated and not have a different understanding for how you operate when you deliver information. It'd be weird because it's a structure. So it's like, if you, it shouldn't take for that for people to learn, but sometimes, you know what I mean? Some people need to learn a different way. And I think that's been an answer to it, man. But man, let me get back to this fight. Yeah, I just went off for a minute, man. That was something too grown fast. Yeah, man. Right, man. I don't be trying to stress my people. He's not that white stuff, man. G Roy was good with it, bro. Yeah, we got to talk about it, man. I just had to go off into some like some other stuff for a second. My bad, y'all. It's let the people purge, right? Yeah, right. They be tripping. G Roy was good with it. But yeah, let's talk about Charles Martin, y'all, before we do get up out of here, because we talked about the rest of these fights on the card, and it was a good night, good day of boxing, man. Jared Anderson, look, I'm gonna start off like this, man. I blame boxing a little bit, right? And what I mean by that, I blame boxing for the criticism and the way people assess fights, right? And the reason why I'm saying that, feel me for a second. I think what's missing in prospects is more fights where they're being tested and challenged. And why I say that is those type of fights don't come around often enough. I'm not saying they're not happening at all. They don't come around often enough. And people are not able to see, you know, what an actual test is so they can have the proper assessment of that test. So if you walked away from last night saying that because Jared Anderson in a 10-round fight arguably lost 2 rounds, he's hyping. He ain't this and he ain't the next that. I think humbly that's a classic over exaggeration. I think you know, that's being overly critical. I don't think if you truly watch that fight and you're not being emotional or looking to just be, you know, argumentative about something, there's no way you can walk away from that fight if you watch the entire body of work and say, hey, man, he can't be the next nothing because he lost arguably 2 rounds in the 10-round fight. And that would be the first 2 rounds in his career. And if I'm not mistaken, he might have just lost the 1 round in his career, y'all. The 1 round where he got hurt. I think it was the 5th. Do y'all know that was the first round that he ever lost in his career? I get it. He ain't fought a bunch of killers. I understand. But there's a reason for that. I get it. He's knocking people out. But he wasn't going past the 6th round at this point, right? But it's still, you will see him for a few rounds. He wasn't giving up any rounds until last night. So again, I don't know how you assess a fighter. Do you just look at him and say, hey, man, well, he lost a round in this fight? That's in his whole career, though. Do you discredit all the work that he's put forth before that and say, man, he can't be this? He had a night where and what he had last night wasn't an off night. He got challenged. That's why I say I blame boxing a little bit for not making these fights more of a regular thing so people can have a more realistic assessment on what they just watched. He got exposed. No, the hell he didn't, bro. He in there with an experienced guy. You want to call him a title holder? I have no problem with that because I do it to fighters too. He held the belt. He been in there with some guys, the same guys that beat him up, that made y'all think Jared Anderson was going to just walk through him. That's the same reason that he didn't just walk through them, because Charles Martin had those fights. That's called experience. They're heavyweights. I get it. He a little older, 37. You know, heavyweights age differently. I've heard that since I've been watching boxing. It's no different with Charles Martin. Just because he's 37 don't mean he can't get it done. He's experienced. He might have lost to the Anthony Joshuas. He got stopped by King Kong Ortiz, but you take those experiences with you. You don't think he learned nothing in those fights? You don't think he learned nothing in those fights? And we talking about a damn 23-year-old coming in there in his 15th fight, coming in there with 14 fights, bro. And you see him get tested by a guy that is a puncher, that can punch. If Charles Martin ain't showing you nothing else that he can do well in his career is punch, bro. I'm pretty sure we know that punching power is legit. The dude got some heavy hands, man. And Jared Anderson, you mix the heavy hands with a young kid that has a very bad habit defensively of pulling straight out, pulling straight back. You mix that with a guy that does have them heavy hands that can shoot an occasional punch straight down the pipe. And what do you got? You got a guy that's going to get his goddamn chin tested. And that's what we seen. There's nothing different. Mr. Vegas was good with it. We got him. We seen him get tested. Exposed? Absolutely not. Did you see some deficiencies get exploited? Yes, because he got things to fix. But again, how are you as a young fighter going to get better if you don't truly know where the areas where you need to get better. That's what a test is. That's why I say he got tested, not exposed. He got tested. That's what a test supposed to be. That man lost definitively 1 round, and that'll be the only in first round of his career that he lost. This is the first time he went past 6 rounds. Come on, we talking about layers. We ain't talking about surface level shit. We ain't just looking at the fight, looking at it for a reason to knock this young man. He did. It's a lot of positives to take from it. Yeah, you can get in his ass about pulling straight back out, because at the elite level, yeah, I understand how to get him knocked out. But the fact that this man is 23 with 15 fights now, and people are saying things like, yeah, that's Wilder over there. Yeah, the fact that his name is even being mentioned with Wilder is crazy, and he's 23. Just think about it. It's crazy. If that's one of the elite guys, if that's this one, if that's that one. The fact that his name is being mentioned with those guys, which is 15 fights, should just tell you just how special this kid can be. You get what I'm saying? I get it. We can't keep asking for tests, and then the minute a fighter get tests, you trash him. And he passed the test. We asked for Boots to get tests for how many fights? The test came in an unfamiliar foe and Karen. Fight go the distance. They trash Boots. People go right to doing what they doing to Jared Anderson now, calling him hype. That's crazy to me. So all those other fights that he won, beat people ass, knock people out, none of them matter because he didn't do it in this one fight. So you seen him knock people out more times than you seen him go the distance. So all that shit don't matter. It's just, you're only good as your last. That's why I don't rock with that statement. You're only as good as your last. I don't rock with that. That's exactly why I don't rock with that. Look how you treat a guy when you ask him to get tested and he go out there and pass the test. Man, definitively lost the round where he got hurt. Buzz real good for the first time in his career, and people losing their mind. Jay Grant, what's good with his family? Jared did some good body work. Yeah, his chin is always high, pulling straight back. That's that defensive, irresponsibility that he suffered from that he need to fix. Exactly. That's exactly what he needed. 1,000,000%, bro. 1,000,000%. When you're in a fight, right? That's why Omega, man, I'm trying to, my assessments, bro, I try to have a very realistic one. I don't try to overstate something, but I definitely ain't trying to be overly critical about it. Nah, man, this man, he showed poise. He could have easily unraveled. He had a guy in there ringing his bell, bro. He had a guy in there ringing his bell. He could have easily unraveled as a young kid and folded in the hometown fight. We seen guys fold in their hometown fights, no disrespect. Jarrett Hurd. We seen guys fold in their hometown fight. I'm talking about layers, man. We talking layers here. It's a lot of different factors. There's a lot of different ways you can assess this fight. But to just point out the negatives and that's where your assessment lie. He's hyped, so he ain't did nothing good. Let's talk about how he responded after he got hurt, because I keep hearing people say, he got hurt in the 5th round. Hey, he ain't the next one, man. Wilder will kill him. Wilder will kill him. Wilder will kill almost anybody. So that's not saying nothing different. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Come on, man. Get him and cut the man some slack, bro. He got to improve defensively, yes. He need to stop relying on his athleticism so heavily, yes. But the things that he need to fix can be corrected. They can be corrected. You get what I'm saying? They can be. Let's not overreact. He passed the test last night. We asked for guys to get tested. Then when they get tested, we say, you know what I'm saying? If you had to grade this test, people saying C+. I don't know. I think it's a little bit better than that, because when you really look at it, and you see how many rounds he lost, how well did he actually do? You get what I'm saying? He did well, bro. He did well, man. The dude did well. Was it perfect? Hell no. Wasn't supposed to be. Again, how are you going to get better if you're not putting no compromising situations that force you to go back to the drawing board, back to the lab and work on some shit? How you going to know when you keep having it all your way? I needed to see him not have it all his way. So now he get in that situation again. Guarantee you he'll deal with it better, because he ain't fold the first time, so he damn sure ain't gonna fold. You get what I'm saying? This is how you build character. This is called the seasoning that your fighter need before he get to the elite level. You get what I'm saying? I just don't understand it. I love the process. I like to see the young man go out there and get tested, man. Facts, A1, he should have stayed in that southpaw stance, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe he was in the southpaw stance when he got the knockdown. You get what I'm saying? Telling you, yo. Telling you, Mr. Vegas, I like what I see from him, bro. The only thing I just don't like is that pulling straight back, because I know I get the elite level guys or somebody that, better puncher, better timing, better skill set, it could really cause you some problems, bro. But how dudes hyped him up. I don't think he hyped though, bro. I think he passed the point of hype. Joshua Cabrera, salute fam. I think he passed height. He said Montana, his heavyweights reached prime in the late 20s. Talk to him, Fate. You know what I'm saying? Don't lose rounds, need to be tested at the weight before we can say he's good. I look, I think he is the goods. I mean, you see what the eye test telling you, it's a reason why he wasn't losing rounds, and people can't just attribute all that to him fighting absolute nobody. The guy is a good fighter, athletic fighter, relied heavily on the athleticism a bit. Yes. Can he change that? Absolutely. You get what I'm saying? The problems with him can be fixed. They're not things that, you get what I'm saying, where he need to reinvent himself. This ain't no trash fighter. We talking about a guy that could potentially be the next American heavyweight champion. The things that you think he would be a perfect product? No. Just look at Wilder. You get what I'm saying? They probably thought Wilder would never be champion. And look what he did. And some said he did it with just the right hand. And when you look at Jared Anderson, you know damn well he got more than that. And I know Wilder got more than that. But for the people that don't know that, you get what I'm saying? This dude really can fight. So again, we talking about 15 fights in. I think people pressing the panic button, man. I think they typical behavior, pressing the panic button, bro. You know what I'm saying? Typical panic button. Right. He had facts. So let's speak to that, man. How he handled this adversity, bro. Look, that's probably his next best round. The round after him getting hurt. Got back to the jab, went back to the boxing. You get what I'm saying? Picking his shots, slowing the pace back down, got his bearings back together. Like let's talk about how he really responded in the moment. Did he fold? Hell no. He got tested and didn't fold. I don't understand why. Since when is getting tested a bad thing? And this is why I said I blame boxing for not making this a more regular occasion where you see a young guy getting tested. Now, I know they do it to some degree, but we need to see these fights. These are the type of fights we need to see. So we know what a good test look like, and we know how to assess it when a guy responded. Jared Anderson responded last night, bro. He responded. Was it perfect? Nah, hell nah, but it's not going to be. He got his bell rung, man. I think that man responded well, man. He had some things to figure out in there. Learned something about himself in there. Got a strong 10 rounds in him. First time he been past 6. You get what I'm saying? I know somebody said, the first time he fight type 30 opposition and he lose a round. I'm like, nah, that's not a bad thing. He lost a round, bro. He lost a round. This boxing we talking about. If I'm a prospect coming up, bro, and I got a 14-0 record with 14 knockouts, bro, and I ain't lost a round yet, and I get in a round, I get in a fight where I get my first test, and the only thing I do is lose a round definitively, arguably too. Man, I'll take that any day, bro. I'll take that any day. That's a strong 10 rounds that man gonna learn from. You got to be shitting me, man. You will be a fool to press the panic button on him. But I ain't anointing him the king because he still got to prove it, right? But I ain't gonna call that man no hype, man. I know what I watched last night. That ain't no hype. Hype would have messed around, got their ass knocked out by Charles Martin last night. That's what hype would have did. Hype would have damn near unraveled or messed around and unraveled when it got rough for him in there and they was getting punched on. That's what hype would have did. I ain't seen no hype in the ring with last night. I ain't seen no damn hype. We got to stop doing our fighters like that, bro. I ain't seeing no hype. That man, 23 a young man, a young heavyweight, learning, getting it together. He in there, man. Man, I'm telling you, man, it's a guy that I feel like you should support. I mean, he understands himself. He want to get in and get out. And he got some work to do. I get it. Defensively, you need to shaping up for sure. But I think he got a lot of positives, man. I think he stayed poised, man. He got his bell rung. You know what I mean? I know that was a new experience for him. He had to weather the storm a little bit. He had to figure it out in there. And he had to settle back down and take back control of the fight. And I think that's exactly what he did. He boxed smart and he finished the fight without getting his ass knocked out. And he knocked dude down. Like, think about it. You in boxing, you can't even lose a round now. Now losing a round make you hype. If losing a round in boxing make you hype, then boxing is in a very sad place because of the very, I think, inaccuracy of people's assessment on a large scale when they watch a fight. And that rhetoric gets spewed all through YouTube. Damn, this man is hype. It's not exposed. You've seen some things that you already knew about him. Like, if you being honest, like, what was truly exposed? If we being honest, like, let's be honest with that. Why I don't like the word exposed, and I understand you asked the question the same way I asked the question about JAHI Tucker with a robbery, right? I'm asking a question. know what I mean? Just because you asking did he get exposed don't mean you saying it. But I know some people are saying it. I've seen it already, right? But let's be real. What did we learn about him that we didn't know as far as like defensively? Because we already knew he had the issue with pulling straight back. We already knew that, if we being honest. So did he really get exposed, or did somebody finally take advantage, or did it finally catch up to him a little bit with him pulling straight back after all these fights in a row? Did it finally catch up to him, or did he you get what I'm saying? So many different ways to look at it. It's not that he got exposed. It's that bad habit caught up to him. And that's why he wants to fix that ASAP, immediately, like ASAP. He want to fix that issue as soon as possible, because you do not need another fight to come where that is the case, where you pulling straight back and getting clipped like that. So again, did he really get exposed, or did somebody finally take advantage of his defensive irresponsibility, or that very bad habit that he has of pulling back, pulling straight out with his chin in the air? I say it's somebody finally experienced guy. This is why. What have we been saying when we seen the guy pull back in other fights with lower level guys or less experienced guys? What we always say right after we see it? Man, he got to fix that, man. He getting there with a more experienced guy. They could do what? They're going to take advantage of that. That's exactly what Charles Martin did last night. That's all that happened, y'all. He just took advantage of what we already know was a defensive liability for him, pulling back that terrible bad habit. We knew that. So that's all we seen. We seen a more experienced guy, how we already predicted, would take advantage of that. Now, again, it's not the elite of the elite. So good, because he don't deserve to be in there just yet. He's not ready for that just yet. But he working his way there, man. What I seen from Jared Anderson, I seen a guy that was able to get tested with some adversity in his hometown, and he could have unraveled. He could have folded under pressure. He did not do it. He found a way to steady the shit, remain calm, and earn him a tough 10-round victory, bro. Tough 10-round victory with a knockdown on his credit while getting buzzed, getting his chin tested. You get what I'm saying? Something a good. This is good for him. Getting tested ain't never been a bad thing, especially when you pass that month. You know what I'm saying? Big Baby didn't beat 10 rounds. That's even worse, right? You get what I'm saying? Right. In the hometown, put a lot of pressure on you. Got to be real. We talking layers, Jay. You get what I'm saying? Hometown fight. Then you in there with an experienced guy. Then he's take you past 6. You never know. You ask, you know what I mean? And then before that point, you was just hurt. So you get what I'm saying? So he probably had some things, some questions, man. He had some demons in there to deal with at the time, man. You know what I mean? But again, some people look at Jared Anderson and think that he wasn't supposed to get tested because it's Charles Martin. And again, the same knockout losses that Charles Martin suffered that got y'all feeling like Charles Martin was gonna get knocked out again. Those experiences right there are the same things I think that put him in a position to do well against a younger, inexperienced fighter. You get what I'm saying? So not gonna knock them all out. Sometimes you get an unfamiliar test and an unfamiliar foe. That's kind of what he got last night. And like I said, he stood tall under pressure, and I think he weathered the storm when he needed to, and he found a way to pull his win out. And it was no robberies there. It wasn't the cleanest victory, but it was decisive. You get what I'm saying? It was convincing, and it was decisive, and it was clean, and you knew it. You knew undeniably he won that fight. To talk shit, they really don't watch. But again, a lot of people, Joshua, they just watch to be very negative, right? I'm telling you, they pull up a box rack and think they know something, bro. At that pullback, see what I'm saying? Facts, Mr. Vegas, facts, bro, facts. And you got a guy again in a Charles Martin that been in there with some quality fighters, some very experienced fighters. You get what I'm saying? Some top-notch fighters in his day. And you get what I'm saying? So he was one of them guys that was able to take advantage of something that we already knew was an issue for the young Jared Anderson. You know what I'm saying? So again, you know, it's one thing for you to know an issue is there, but it's another thing for somebody to like put that to the test and exploit that and really force you to have to make a change. And again, you know, I would assume they watch some type of film and tape, but I assume that's something that they definitely gonna work on, that pulling, because you just don't want to do that. And again, I think it's some of that is just a bad habit, and some of that is him being stubborn in terms of him knowing how athletic he is and feeling like he can get away with it because he athletic, which he is, but you don't want to rely on your athleticism so heavily that you establish bad habits that sooner or later get you in trouble as you move up in level. You get what I'm saying? So he always want to be conscious and aware of that. You get what I'm saying? So it'd be smart. It'd be smart for him to you know what I mean, to continue to work, man. And again, under 20 fights, got your first, you know, step up type of fight. Got your bell rung a little bit, probably lost a round, arguably too. Like I said, out of 10, weather the storm, you learn some things about yourself. The ultimate, you know, factor is he get to go back to the drawing board with a win in the win column, not an L in the loss column. So, you know, his issues can be corrected. His you know what I mean, his shortcomings can be fixed, man. But it's just a matter of him putting in that work while he here, putting in the right work and really, you know, identifying what the issue is. And I'm pretty sure, I know it's fair to say that he know he can't be pulling back like that, getting caught, because that's the biggest issue. And that if you think that's the norm, that's the main thing everybody see, because that's the biggest issue. That's a defensive liability for him. Like that's going to get you hurt at the highest level. That will get you slapped at the highest level, right? So, I mean, just think about it. It's not a ton of negatives to take away when you really break it down and you peel them layers back. Like, and that's why I said it's not him getting exposed, it's him being tested, because you get what I'm saying? It's already the problem, that the issue we seen that caused him the biggest amount of trouble, we already knew it was there. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, people don't even realize without knowing. We've seen it in the past and we said it out our own mouths like, damn, yo, you know, because he find a way to still win like that. So we be like, damn, he can't do that moving forward, man. He can't let such and such do that to him, or he got to fix that because somebody do this and that. And then when we see it, we forget that we envisioned this happening. I don't know why people panicking. We know that could happen. But what we didn't know was how he'd respond when it did happen. And what did he show us? That's why I say the assessment just can't be that negative, because you got to finish the story. The story is finishing the story is going to force you to finish the assessment. So don't say, he just got hurt, man, and pulling straight back and getting caught. What happened? Got hurt in that 5th round, got him a knockdown. He got hurt in the 5th, shook it off in the 6th. It took him a little bit to get him his bearings back, but he went back to establishing the jab, picking shots, and walking his man back down. He was a lot more, I think, you know, smart about him just going in there. You get what I'm saying? Like, he getting his bell rung. He got a little smarter. So again, he showed you right there in that moment that he was able to kind of not so much fix the issue, but make some sort of correction and kind of right the ship. You get what I'm saying? So you seen some pedigree right there. You seen his ability to get a little bit better right in your face. Because if he hadn't fixed that problem at all, remember, Charles Martin kept shooting that shot straight down. He was like, yo, he figured it out. He found a home. He was like, yo, I'm going to keep figuring it out. Like, I figured this out. I ain't going away from it. Bro had to make a subtle adjustment. Get what I'm saying? A little slight correction. Know what I mean? Something to stop him from constantly clocking him upside his shit. You know what I'm saying? He was catching with that same shot over and over. And I'm like, I just don't think people understand. Like, once you see something bad, you like, oh, man, it's like, it's the end of the world. Nah, like, finish watching it, man. He put on for his people. That's not a performance you look at and you be like, man, damn, that's a sad ass performance. It's not one of them, man. Bro really he went out there and did his thing, man. Figured it out, made the subtle adjustment, in-fight adjustment, stopping him from getting clocked constantly. And you get what I'm saying? Settled himself down a bit, started using that jab a little bit more how he should have in the beginning. You get what I'm saying? And it just made for a good fight, man. It was a cool fight to watch, a fun fight to watch. I like to see a fighter get tested and see how they respond. And again, he responded very well, man. It took him a little bit to get fully back, but he did what needed to be done, for sure. It's a 10th round. We got clipped at the end of 14 seconds. That's the fastest 14 seconds I've ever seen in my life. You thought they got it up off there quick. They thought he did something with the clock. He did get clipped pretty hard at the end, too. They take a nice shot. Charles Martin was coming, too, man. Mayweather guys want these boxers to be perfect over that area. Y'all know boxer would not get hit. Like, I'm telling you, Mr. Vegas, and stuff like this don't make you realize how much you miss certain fighters, huh? But dudes just do everything right, and even him, he got clipped, right? So that's why I say, man, we ain't no overreact. I can't overreact, and these is heavyweights, and he was in there with a heavyweight that can actually punch. So, you know what I mean? Though I urge people not to overreact and just understand that the dude, Dude, pretty nice, man. He be all right, man. Jared Anderson will be all right, man. He will put that work in, I believe, and get better, man. So overall, it was a solid card, man. He did his thing. He stood tall in his hometown fight, passed his test with flying colors, had his little couple rocky moments in there, figured it out, went back to his boxing, showed some poise, some patience, IQ, some discipline in there, and the ability to recover. And that's what I like to see from the young Jared Anderson, man. Romero gonna whoop Pitbull's ass. Shakur Tank. Hey, man, throw him in there. I never seen Cabrera fight yet, Joshua, so that's gonna be my first time watching him. But I ain't rooting for Pitbull right off the rip. I'm telling you, because he don't want to fight nobody to me. Well, when he finally get a big win, they end up having a layoff like Jobs. Not finished. Yeah, one thing I respect is Tim staying acting, still locked in, get the history done. Yeah, real talk. Real talk, Fate. We talked about Martin being KO in the street by Ortiz. I had expectations. Right. Ortiz versus Jared next. I wonder who they put him in there with next. It'd be fun to see. I like the young Jared, man. And Charles, let's talk about how good Charles Martin what kind of shape Charles Martin was in some pretty damn good shape to me, y'all. And I think that's why he was able to weather the storm to a certain degree, too, and take some of those shots he was taking from Jared, because Jared was clocking him, bro. It's some pictures, man. Like, if y'all see that picture in the thumbnail at the bottom, like, man, he landed some shots on this dude that made him look crazy. He looked like a whole nother person the way some of them shots Jared Anderson was landing on him, bro. It was crazy. Man, it was ridiculous, bro. I mean, he really, truly was cracking this dude. He was cracking it. Fight week tomorrow. You know it, man. 10K, you know it, bro. I feel like Jared drops Ortiz. That's every fight now that goes to finish the fight strong. Right. You already know, man. So Jared, man, good fight, good win for him, man. Good test, good lesson. Good lesson for him, man. But yes, man, fight week is real, man. We gonna get there. We made it through another week. I'm always surprised. He's good shape. He was in very, very good shape, bro. Because he said he'd been in the gym with Kello for the last 11 months too. So he said he felt like an opportunity was gonna come. So I think that's what helped him too. The fact that he might have got called on short notice, but he already was working. You know what I'm saying? Type deal. So it wasn't, and you could tell because he was in shape. If he wasn't in shape, I think he would have got stopped. I don't think he would have took some of them shots. And like, look, you can tell, look at the shape he was in. He got dropped, right? But he popped right back up. Look how he popped right back up. I was like, yo, this dude in shape, yo. This dude in shape. And that's something that people wasn't speaking to enough either. That dude was prepared for that moment, man. That was one of the moments where he was already getting ready, so he ain't have to, you know what I mean? He was ready, so he ain't have to get ready. And he was already putting himself in that position, man. So, yeah, that's what they saying. That, and I just read that literally. He looking to knock Cabrera out. They say he looking past Giovanni Cabrera for a Tank rematch. I'm tired of Pitbull. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm tired of him. I'm tired of him. Big baby. Yeah, hell yeah, I love that. Me too, G Royal. Hell yeah. I like your thinking right there. I like that too. Ortiz is not a good matchup for Jared right now. Might be too stiff a test. Who knows, man? We're gonna see though. It's gonna be fun to see what they throw him in there with though. Man, but yeah, man, salute the young Jared, man. We seen the good prospects. Abdullah Mason shine. Tiger Johnson did his thing. Jahai Tucker, I think he got the fight took from him, and Dante Benjamin shine. Natasha Jonas went out there, became IBF champion. She did her thing. She looked sharp out there. You know what I'm saying? Savannah Marshall finally became undisputed. She got back-to-back undisputed opportunities, which is wild. That's why I feel like Franchon should have just fought SHADASIA Green. Instead of going over there to the UK to fight her, she should have gave SHADASIA Green that opportunity. But Jade Green will get the opportunity to face Savannah Marshall, and she will get that smoke. So I can't wait to see it. Big Berry versus the Ancient Mummy Ortiz. Ortiz, man. Ortiz out there, man. Still getting at these young boys, these young whippersnappers, man. I mean, Felix, what's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Jazz showed heart. It was rocked the cup. Yeah, I mean, he showed heart, poise, ability to weather the storm, and stay the course. You can hear me already. You terrible. Terrible. Yeah, I'm tired of Pitbull, man. But yeah, Jared, man, always a lot to work on, but a lot of positives to sharpen on, and to take from this too. Yeah, man. Yeah, Callow, I'm tired of it. I hope Joshua, I hope he come out there and bring the fight, Tucker. Facts, Thrill. He fought, he ain't listened to his corner, didn't use his jab enough. Right, I was saying the same thing, staying on the ropes. I ain't mentioned the ropes, though, so appreciate that. Salute to Thrill Hill. He was languishing on the ropes too much. He wasn't using the jab. He would use the jab, Thrill, and then get hit, and then abandon all boxing and just keep fighting. And that's what was getting him clipped and hit more than he normally needed to be getting hit. And I feel like those are easy corrections, man. Starting with just listening to your dad and what got you there. Multiple times a year, and they always challenge themselves. Right. People got a lucky placement. Yeah, right. Yeah, you give him a train, you think he gonna win. You better get his ass out of here. And get his ass gone. But overall, y'all, I think it was a very good, healthy day of boxing, man. It was a healthy day of boxing. Healthy day of boxing, man. I can't wait to see SHADASIA get her opportunity, man. Dante all boxing talk. What's good with it, family? Yeah, Tiger is the dude. Tiger got a good test too, and that's the exact kind of test that Jared needed, and he'll be so much better because of this, man. People don't get that part. Like you learn from these tests. He passed it. He's gonna learn and get better, man. I'm just as high on him, if not higher, because he showed me that he made it something, man. He didn't fold as soon as it got tough, bro. First time it got tough, so he battled back, figured it out, stayed the course, got his shots off, and figured it out at the end of the day, and got him a good, solid, strong 10 rounds in that he needed. And like I say, he'll be better because of it. Abdullah Mason is looking like an absolute phenom, young phenom. I'm going to just call it. I know he only 19. He 9-0 with like 8 knockouts, but that young boy is a problem. And I just don't think it's not much he can't do. He's wise beyond his years, man. Fast as hell, explosive, hit hard with both hands. Good foot placement, man. Good body shots. Punch placement is crazy. His arsenal of punches is crazy. Like, the dude got defense. He just got a total package as a young kid. I just don't see a more dangerous 19-year-old. I just don't see a more dangerous 19-year-old, man. He is different. He's well schooled, bro. You can see it. The last fight since he lost. Right. 15 fights, 20. Yeah. Facts, Dante. A lot of good to take from it, bro. It's still just a peace to you, my bro. Appreciate you. Well, I got you. I'm gonna tell you, she probably somewhere watching. But man, yeah, salute to everybody in the building, man. Y'all smash that like button, sub to the channel if y'all haven't, man. Again, I just wanted to come here with these post-fight thoughts. I didn't want to make this too long. And I think we hit on all of them, and we gonna be back at our normal time. You already know, 4 o'clock tomorrow to build on some more boxing, man. Overall, this was a good night, as it always is. And boxing, I think, is continuing to kick ass. We all know the news of Canelo and Charlo. So I think boxing is winning and delivering in a major way. And it's a lot of good that's going to keep coming from this year. It's going to be one of the best years in boxing, like I've been saying, y'all. So with that, man, I'm gonna let y'all family get up out of here. We gonna get up out of here. Everybody in the building, man, y'all make sure y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday, man. Salute to all the channel members, all the family in the building. Much love and appreciation to everybody. And we'll be back tomorrow. Y'all already know, y'all. So we gonna get up out of here, y'all. Peace.